Title your level whatever you want. I'm going to name it How to Number One because it's the first how to video of the how to series within the same playlist. We're just going to show any new objects or new features. We'll just have this new title rather than tips and whatever else was it, tips or episodes, because we're not showing how to create full-fledged levels. You guys have an idea of how to do that and how to use the level editor. We're just going to explain any new features or updates and objects. So that's why it's called How To. I'm also going to be using this same level for the next few videos. So if you're like, why is he opening the how to number one level? Yes, I'm adding the new object and explaining how to do something different, but within the same level. So with that aside, today we're going to discover how to add chaining to the scale animation. The scale object, which scales objects using a tween animation. You don't need to know what a tween is, but it just smoothly makes it bigger or smaller with the time, with all those stuff. If you haven't seen that, go check out the older videos in the playlist. But we're going to discover how to do chaining. Now, we'll I'm just going over how there's like, so much new stuff, and now I'm placing the object. Um, we'll see how that looks like. Okay, now I'm going to click on single select. I'm going to edit it. And I can also use shortcuts as well, which I'll get into later. Um, but with chaining, what chaining does is it allows you to make objects from the same group. So they happen at the same time, but they happen at different moments. So for example, if all the objects are in group 0, some objects can happen first, then the rest can happen after, then the rest can happen. So they all belong to the same group, but they happen one after another based on their chain index because it's a chain rather than everything happening at once. So they're all the same group, but they're chained, so they happen one after another. So it looks really cool. And so yeah, we're just going to add some mushrooms. We need some nice decoration first. Just let me do that. And I'm actually going to speed up this part of just creating like a little layout, because you know how that works. Like I could place a crate, some spikes, um, and make them spin and rotate. So we're going to do that with the scale. So I'm just going to speed up this part. Okay, so I added the last bit of spikes there. Now all we have to do to set it up is click on our scale object. And as you can see, I've turned on chaining from center and loop, and all of them work combinatory. So if you turn one off or you turn all of them together, they'll work as if you combined all three. So loop and chaining means it's chained and all of it loops. So the behavior is really good. Like you can combine all three, turn off one, turn off two. So it's very nice. So all you have to do is just have all of them in the same object group 0 instead of -1. That means it doesn't count. And the chain index is 0. So within the same object group, these objects happen at the same time the first time. Now these ones are object group 0 but chain index 1, which means they're in the same group but they happen after the first group, after the first chain. Okay. Now this last group of crates, they belong in the same group but they happen at number 3. They happen at the third moment. Okay. So you'll see them all a part of the same group happen one after another. So it looks really nice. It's a chain. They all belong to the same group, but you see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see a pattern of the first group goes up, second, third, etc., etc.